Once upon a time there was a man who, in fossicking about in a field, found a stash of buried treasure. He had never seen anything like it before, and judging by the artifacts, these items had been buried for thousands of years. It was absolutely priceless. Pottery, artifacts including gold coins, pearls and diamonds worth millions. The man then quickly reburied the treasure. And after that, he just couldn't sleep at night. And so he went to see the local real estate agent and made some discreet inquiries. But the price was way out of his reach, and so in order to purchase the field, the man sold everything he had. He sold his house, he sold his car, he even sold his notebook. And then he went to the bank and withdrew his entire savings in order to purchase that field outright. To everyone else, this was just a vacant lot of scrubby land. But to this man, it was everything. He had sold everything he had just to purchase the field. It's a bit like Jesus' comments when he said, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Jesus went on to say that the kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in a field. When a man found it, he hid it again. And then in his joy he went and sold all that he had and bought that field. So we can ask, what's the moral of the story? What's your life treasure? I mean, what means most to you? Is it your car, your sportsmanship, your intellect? Is it the share portfolio or the real estate you own? Is there anything that takes greater priority in your relationship between you and God? You know, a wise man once said, what you think about God is probably the most important thing about you. You see, Jesus often highlighted the tension between the things here on this earth and those things in heaven. Because so often we place undue emphasis on the material possessions we have in this life that we neglect the more important heavenly treasures. In fact, our national consciousness here in Australia and in many other places excludes God. It's just not in vogue to talk about God these days. A long time ago, a young man asked Jesus about being good. And Jesus said, if you want to be perfect, go and sell your possessions and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. And then Jesus said, come, follow me. Now this was a hard call for the young wealthy man. He just couldn't do it. And Jesus said to his disciples, I tell you the truth, it's hard for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. I suppose the question for us today is, what are our greatest priorities? Is God even on our radar? Have we become beguiled so much by materialism to the point where we blindly accept that God doesn't exist? We have the greatest treasure right here in our hands. If only we'll take it, re-examine the facts and learn what it means. For your heart will always be where your riches are.